The Get On Living Safely campaign is sponsoring this podcast to remind you to keep your spending in the community. Supporting local businesses keeps food on the table for our friends and neighbors. Follow them on social media and learn more at getonlivingsafely.com. We talked with Nikki Balsamo of the La Crosse Dance Center. We chatted about beginnings, early origins of the center, what students can expect when they start dancing, the benefits of dance, and how COVID has affected the company. You can find more conversations on our website, lacrosselocal.com. I'm Amy.
And I'm Brent.
And this is La Crosse Local.
My name is Nikki Balsamo, and I was born in Madison, Wisconsin, but we moved to Onalaska when I was about 2.5, and I grew up in Onalaska. And when I was about 3.5, my mom noticed that I was pretty shy, especially around adults. And she was trying to kind of pave the way for me to be a little bit more able to express myself, especially when I was going to be starting school soon. So she asked if I wanted to dance because she loved dance growing up, and that was her first activity to go to for me. And I said I did want to dance, and I fell in love with it pretty much immediately.
So, I've heard of a number of different dance studios in the area. How did the La Crosse Dance Center come about?
Well, we actually have a pretty long history and long lineage as a dance school. We started in 1933. We can be traced back to 1933. Irene Nelson was the original owner, and I believe the name of the school was Irene Nelson School of Dance at that point. And then it was sort of transitioned or passed along from teacher to student for quite a few years. Lorraine Fott was the next owner, Lorraine School of Dance, and she was actually my first dance teacher. And then Kim Fediplace took over from Lorraine. I was lucky enough to have Kim as a teacher as well. It became the Creative Dance Center. And then in 1983, my parents, Tony and Colleen Balsamo, took over ownership of the school, and it became La Crosse Dance Center.
Oh, wow. It's got some deep roots there. So you kind of referenced there, your mother wanted you to get into dance based on how you're reacting to day to day. What can students expect when they start dancing?
Well, at La Crosse Dance Center, our mission is to promote human connection and community by fostering creativity and collaboration. So we take our mission very seriously. And when students start dancing at La Crosse Dance Center, they can expect to find a safe space where they can be welcomed and learn to discover themselves through movement. I believe that dance is just one of the most human activities in which we can engage. When I'm dancing, my physical self, my emotional, my intellectual, and my spiritual selves are all integrated. And we really want to provide an environment where students can experience that when they're at La Crosse Dance Center, no matter what genre of dance they're studying, if it's ballet, jazz, tap, modern dance, creative movement for the younger dancers, no matter what age they are. We want them to be able to experience that. And we also believe that if we are comfortable in our own bodies, each of us are able to better and more genuinely connect to other people. And that can only make for stronger communities.
So you kind of referenced there a number of different benefits to dance, some broad sort of points on it. Do you have any particular stories that kind of proves that point of someone coming out of their shell or some sort of effect from it?
Well, I definitely am a product of that. I feel like I've come out of my shell. My most comfortable form of expression is movement, but I feel like I've been teaching my whole life, pretty much since I graduated from college, and have been spending a lot of time connecting with people in the public. And I think dance has really helped with that. One thing that I've noticed from our students, we have, instead of doing a traditional dance recital at the end of the dance season, we do what we call a sharing. And we come about the material that we perform at our sharings through collaboration. We're in the collaborative stage right now in our classes at La Crosse Dance Center. For the sharing, we open up the floor for everyone to have a chance to speak about what they want to dance about, from the youngest dancers all the way up. And I've noticed that some of the dancers that are maybe the 9 and 10-year-olds, and they've been doing this since they were 3, some of them, and their ability to listen to each other, listen to ideas, and contribute ideas has really improved. And just a few weeks ago, we had some different ideas being thrown around that didn't necessarily gel together, but the students on their own, didn't even have to say a word. they were able to kind of transform all of the ideas and make them come together to tell one story. So the different contributors were willing to make some changes so that everyone's voice could be heard, everyone's idea could be shared in the performance. And it was a really wonderful moment as a teacher to see the dancers kind of coming out and of their safety zones to contribute, and then being able to listen to each other and to come to a consensus and really collaborate.
Seems to be a lot of person-to-person collaboration. How has this past 10 months affect the company with COVID, and how are you adapting?
That's a great question. So we did shut down 2020. Our last day of classes was March 13th. And we took some time to figure out how to do online classes. So then we went on to Zoom as our platform in May, about mid-May, and we did about 6 weeks of classes through June to kind of finish up the dance season. And then we took some time off in the summer to really figure out what our safety protocol would be and how we would go about preparing the space, preparing the faculty to make it the safest return to the space as possible for the dancers, for the faculty and staff, and for the greater community. And also, how would we be able to serve the dancers who weren't ready to come back for whatever reason into the space and dance with us? So we have our safety protocol in place. It's been going really well for us. The dancers all wear masks. We take temps at the door. Of course, we physically distance in the hallway. And then we dance 8 or more feet apart. So the suggested physical distancing for dance is 8 to 12 feet. So the dancers never get closer than 8 feet. We have grids taped out in the studio so that the dancers know where they should be standing and moving to maintain that safe distance. We shortened our classes so that we'd have time to sterilize in between classes and have time to move the students through the hallways without congestion. And then we Zoom every class. So the dancers who are unable to come into the room with us can be in the Zoom room with us. So we're teaching the students in the physical room and in the Zoom room at the same time. Some of our classes are too big to have everyone in the space at the same time safely. So we have an online rotation. Dancers take turns different weeks dancing from home so that we can maintain that safe number. It's been interesting. It's definitely been a different way to collaborate now, like I said, being at this part of the year when we're putting together our final performance for our sharing, there's been a learning curve to learn how to best integrate the people at home, make sure they can hear what we're saying, and make sure we can include them.
What do you have coming up?
Well, we will be producing our 31st annual Nutcracker Ballet, which of course is traditionally a holiday show that we perform live in December. But we decided to postpone we're recording it because we can't have live audiences right now. We decided to postpone the recording because we were experiencing a spike in cases in the county when we were scheduled to record. And it will be streaming March 6th through the 20th. And you can get tickets through the Viterbo box office.
People want to find out more. You mentioned Viterbo box office. Where's the best avenue for them to go to?
The Viterbo box office is great for the tickets for the ballet. And then to find out more about La Crosse Dance Center, they can check out our website, which is lacrossedancecenter.org. And we spell center CENTRE. We're also on Facebook and we're on Instagram, and they can check us out, all those places, to learn more and reach out. And we would love to connect with people and tell them even more about our programs.
La Crosse Local Podcast is a production of River Travel Media. Do you have an interview idea you'd like to share with us? Message us on Facebook at La Crosse Local. Find out more about us at lacrosselocal.com, and you can subscribe to the La Crosse Local Podcast on your favorite podcast app. If you like us, rate us 5 stars. We appreciate it.